Greetings, Saber fans. It's your old pal, Megtooth Sith. This is a special DV6 with a really cool chassis. This Saber is for RMeyers. This is your instructional video. I want to show you something here. The kill key is on the back of your chassis, and when you rotate that kill key, the Saber turns on. And by the way, when you need to recharge your Saber, you pull that kill key out, and there's your recharge port. And then you plug in your charger into this port, then plug your charger into the wall. That's your 3.7 volt charger. That's where it goes. It's going to take about 3 hours to charge this puppy up to a full charge. So to turn it on, you just twist that kill key till it turns on. Now there's a slight delay. You'll feel the kill key, so it's like when it's got heavy resistance, it turns it off. And when there's light resistance, stop twisting. And it turns on, and there's a slight delay because it has to boot. So, you can display your Saber like this, or you can display it with the lower chassis on. So I'm going to put the lower hilt on, and your blade retention is this glass eye right here. So I'm going to loosen that glass eye because right now your blade plug is in. So I'm going to loosen that glass eye, and out pops your blade plug. And then we're going to throw in your Neopixel blade. This is a 7/8 Transwhite blade that I built especially for the Saber. Now on this Saber, you're going to hear me in this video talk about buttons. You have two buttons on this Saber, power and auxiliary. And right now I'm going to talk about all the features of those buttons. So first, for simple Saber operation, power turns on the Saber. And a long press of power turns the Saber off. Now, that's simple, right? There's also some functions that you can do when the Saber is off. Number one, if you press power and hold auxiliary,
enter volume menu.
You're in the volume menu. And then you twist the Saber right to turn the volume up, twist the Saber left to turn the volume down. And I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. Once you get the volume where you want it, hit power.
Volume menu end.
And now the Saber is in reduced volume. The other function you can do is hold aux and press power.
Battery level 4.0 volts.
You can see it gives you your battery level. So those are your functions when off. Also, another function when off is your tracks. Now each preset has a track that's associated with it. Now there's different ways to start tracks, but if you want to start the track that I designed to go with the preset, you point the Saber up and you press and hold power for 2 seconds. 1, 2, let it go. This is Kyberphonic's father. In the background is the throne room fight scene, and you can ignite the Saber while that track is going. And 2-second press turns that off. Now, you also, on this new OS 6, you have Track Player. And how Track Player works is if you do the start the track when the Saber's horizontal. See, before I started the track when the Saber was vertical, and it played the track that I designed to go with it. But if you put the Saber horizontal, it puts you into Track Player mode. 1, 2. Now, it's playing tunes, and there's several options here. Number one, you can turn the hilt, and it gives you different tunes. That's the Darth Vader breathing loop. Now, if you want to play the current track, you just hit your power button, and now it's going to play that current track. 1, 2. Now I'm going to go back into the player, and I'm going to do the other option. So 1, 2, let's start a track. Let's get it back to Cantina 2. And I'm going to click the auxiliary button. So what's going to happen now is it's just going to click tunes in your track folder at random to keep playing. But the bottom line is you can play every tune on this track folder, and there's a lot of them in there. I'm going to hold this 2 seconds to get out of it. 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to start a track, and I'm going to hold power and turn left Now it's going to loop this track. It's going to just keep playing this track over and over and over again. So I'm going to stop the track. Those controls are all going to be in your button instructions. I am actually sending you print button instructions. This gets complicated. And by the way, this Saber is equipped with edit mode. I'll be doing a whole nother video about how to use edit mode and how to use the ProffieOS workbench on this Saber. But this is just a simple video to show you how to use your Saber. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and ignite this puppy by hitting the power button. And let's show you what you have when the Saber's running. Number one is to get lightning block. You press power and then click aux. And lightning block will stay on as long as you're holding power. When you want lightning block to end, let go of power. To get lockup, you're going to press and hold your auxiliary, the back button. There's your lockup, which is progressive. It can move up and down the hills as you move the hill. To get stab, you simply stab the wall. To get tip drag, you point the Saber down and click auxiliary. And then we have tip drag going, where just the tip is doing its thing. Now to get blaster blocks, you briefly hold auxiliary. There's your blaster blocks. To get a force sound, a long press on power. Which is pretty awesome. That's pretty much the main Saber controls for the functions. Now, let's show you battle mode and gesture controls. So this Saber, you just saw me use a gesture there. This Saber is equipped with gesture controls. And I have programmed 3 gesture controls. You have swing on, you have thrust on, and you have twist on. When you either swing on or thrust on, you're automatically in battle mode. So let's swing on. All you have to do is rapid swing of the Saber and it turns on. Now also when it turns on with either swing on or thrust on, you're in battle mode. And battle mode gives you automatic lockup. So basically, all you need to do to lock up the Saber is touch with another blade. And you're in lockup. To stop lockup, just pull the Saber away. Let's show that again. To stop lockup, pull the Saber away. That's your automatic lockup. Another thing is melt. To get melt, you just tap the Saber into the wall and you've got melt. As you're melting, you can twist the Saber and affect the color. And the longer you melt, the more crazy it gets there on the end of the blade. To stop melt, you simply pull away. And lastly is tip drag. And in battle mode, tip drag is just merely tapping the tip of the Saber down on the ground. To get out of tip drag and to get out of melt and to get out of automatic lockup, you just pull the Saber away. And the last thing I want to show you is auto blaster. So the Saber has an auto blast feature. Of course, you can get blast just by pressing the blast button, the auxiliary button. But if you press blast and then swing the Saber quickly after a blast, you're going to be an auto blaster, where every time you swing the Saber, you get a blast. Until you get a clash, or until you repeat that command, you're in auto blast. So you can see now I'm out of it because I had a clash. So, by the way, I'll show you, the clash works on the Saber just using a button ignition. So anytime the Saber strikes another object when you're not in battle mode, you just get a clash sound. So now let's show you the other gesture ignitions. You have thrust on, and when you use thrust on, you're going to be automatically in battle mode. So you have automatic lockup, you have melt, you have tip drag. I can show you tip drag. I just have to move the Saber really slow, or it thinks you're swinging it away and it wants to stop it. So there's tip drag, which is done by tapping the Saber on the floor. To stop it, you just pull it away. So that's thrust on. Now next, I've showed you swing on and thrust on. Now I'm going to show you twist on. Now this twist also works for turning the saber off. Now twist isn't just rapidly twisting the saber like that. Think about it like a motorcycle. It's a back and forth, rapidly. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Like that. So that's twist. Now twist, when you use twist to ignite, it's not in battle mode. It's just in standard on mode. So that is the instructions, basic operating instructions for your saber. So I'm going to retract it. So another thing is there's several presets on this, and how you negotiate through these presets is with the aux button. There's other ways to do it. They're in your written instructions, but the easy way to do it is with the aux button. If you want to get to your next preset, you just tap the aux button. This is Rogue One Vader by Korbanth. The next font is just the standard blue by Korbanth. This is a free font. The next font is TIE Fighter by Proffieboard. And this one has green blaster blocks on it. Green lockup, which that's going to blow the camera out, but it's all green on a white blade. And then of course when you swing it, and the blasters are cool. Next font, green. Next preset, purple. And you got a purple blade. And of course the crystal chamber matches on all these. Next preset, white. Next preset, yellow. Next preset, white again, but this is going to be a special blade. This is your rainbow blade, traditional Proffieboard rainbow blade. Hopefully that's going to turn out on video, maybe. Next preset. This is your Christmas blade, special music, and special blade. It's a Christmas blade, it's a candy cane blade. Red and white's just a gimmick, but it's pretty cool at Christmas time. Kids love it. I'm going to stop that track. Next preset. This is my lightning blade. And my lightning blade is something that was original to me. This is one of the first blade styles I ever wrote back in teensy Saber days, and it's just an awesome blade style. It's crazy. Don't have this blade style going around anybody that has epilepsy, because it is nuts. I know it looks nuts on camera. It looks even crazier in person. It is insane. Full blade lockup on this one. It's an insane blade style. It looks really good on video. Look, all these blades look better on video than they do in person, but that blade style looks crazy on video. And your last preset is going to be your actual battery meter blade, which that just gives you, it shows you it's green when it's fully charged, and then it transitions to yellow, and then red when you need to charge your battery. It's just something that we put on there. Of course, you don't need that because you have the
battery level 3.87 volts.
And then we're back to your first preset by pressing auxiliary. Now, on all these presets, the colors that are on the blade, of course, match in all your crystal chamber effects. So, as I go through the presets, you can see the colors changing in the crystal chamber. So there it's blue, white, green, purple, white, yellow, white. Now this one is the rainbow blade, so when I actually ignite it, You got rainbow going in the crystal chamber and rainbow going back here, so that's pretty cool. And on the next one, if you look at this crystal chamber, I wrote this especially for you, but it pulses between red, white, and green, all the Christmas colors. So when you ignite it, you got candy cane going here and candy cane going in the crystal chamber, which is pretty cool.
Hello there.
And then, of course, on my lightning blade, you have lightning blade here and on the crystal chamber too. So you have the insane lightning blade effects in the crystal chamber and in the aft. And then this is your battery meter. Of course, the crystal lights up just like a battery meter, except when you ignite the Saber. But when you first go to the preset, this is giving you the battery meter. And in the aft end, you have marble, which marble, when you move the Saber around, it stays with gravity, it rolls. That's just an extra gimmicky little effect that I put in there that hopefully you think is pretty cool. So that is your Saber, Robert. Hopefully that covers the instructions. And like I said, we'll be doing a whole nother video about what we can do on this Saber with edit mode, and also what we can do with the ProffieOS workbench. And I'm going to do that after we charge this puppy. Again, to charge your Saber, you have to remove the kill key, and then you want to plug in your charger here, and then plug your charger into the wall. Usually the charger indicates that your battery is fully charged when it turns green. It goes from red light to a green light. When you're done charging, remove the charger from the wall, then unplug the charger from your Saber, and you can put your rotary kill key back in. Whatever preset you turn the Saber off, it's going to be in when you turn it back on. And I'm going to rotate your kill key to turn the Saber off. And that is your very special, very custom DV6 with a Graflex 2.5 master chassis in it. We did have to use long grips on this Graflex chassis, but you know, this is still very much a DV6. It's just about that much longer on the rear end. Very cool Saber for Robert. I really enjoyed this build thoroughly. It was a lot of fun, except for the rubber grips, which were difficult. They just really don't want to cooperate. And I got a feeling we may be swapping those for plastic later on down the road. But at any rate, the rubber grips are working for now. I just don't like them because they're moving around. They're migrating on me. I really don't like that at all. But at any rate, it's a cool Saber. To take the blade out, your blade retention is this eye again. So you want to lefty-loosey on that eye. And then the blade will just come right out like that. And then when you display this, now this blade plug, I haven't cut it to length because this is a freebie for you. So what you have to do is just pull that blade plug out until it's just flush with the emitter, and then you tighten your blade retention, and your blade plug works. There's your blade plug working, which is pretty awesome. And I'm going to turn the Saber back off and put the rear of the hilt back on and put this all away. This is a custom blade for you, Robert. This is a Transwhite blade blank with a bullet tip, and it has a KR pixel stick V2 that's lighting this up. There's 3535s lighting up your crystal chamber, as well as the aft chamber with the dual counter rotating turbines. This is an awesome Saber, and if anybody wants to see the build video on this Saber, it's published on my YouTube channel, DV6 build. This whole Saber build is actually published on my YouTube channel, except for the blade build. It's an awesome Saber. I had a lot of fun building it, and I hope Robert thoroughly enjoys it. May the Force be with you all, or the dark side, as it were. Thank you, everybody, for watching, as usual. I really appreciate y'all tuning in on my channel. And as always,